And they look different, and you'll start to, when you start to see how different they are, it'll just really scream at you. So on page 62 of your lab manual, it says the neuromuscular junction, and it's for the models, and yes, it's for the models and the slides. So I'll show you on the slide. So this picture is kind of handy, I hope, the picture that's in your diagrams in your lab manual. Because this is a motor neuron. What's a motor neuron do? What kind of information is it dealing with? Yeah, outward, afferent, or efferent. It's going out to effector tissue. So this is going to innervate skeletal muscle. And did you look at histology at all? I know, it's like classic. I know. Good cup, bad cup. So, but do you remember our discussion of it? Skeletal muscle is long and cylindrical, multinucleated, striated, those kind of things. So that's definitely fitting the bill there, right? What I want to show you, we'll just take a look at this model first because it's just a delightful model. This is really representing, and I know this is a little confusing, all those things in there, but this is just one cell. You know how I know that? Because that's the nucleus right there, and that's the neuromuscular junction. I know that every cell gets talked to. The branches of the axons are telodendria, right? So we don't need to, this isn't our structural list yet. All we need to know is, can you see that we can't see the axon, or, sorry, all of the neuron on this? If you keep that drawing in mind, can you see that this is like outside somewhere? This is just the at the end. Would you agree with that statement? Yeah. So a lot of people are like, I can't find the somatic soma. I'm like, it's not there. Don't worry. So that's all you need to know is that this is just a truncated version of this, right? It's like that. That's all we're looking at like that. So given that, so here I qualify it all. Page 62, it says somatic motor neuron. The actual neuron is not visible on these slides or in the model, so we know that. But this is the axon of it, or the telodendria. Would you agree? This is a branch. That's the myelin sheath, right? Mm-hmm. Right. And the axon in the middle has all those things there. So you go check telodendria, check, and these are that's the synaptic embol. And then the motor end plate is that specialized portion that's on the skeletal muscle. See how that's like riveted like that? So that's the motor end plate. That's the synaptic embol. The whole thing is a neuromuscular junction. Does it seem to be okay? Because neuromuscular junction is all of it. So when we go over to these other models, that's a neuromuscular junction. I wouldn't ask the motor end plate there because we can't see it. I have to peel that off to see it. Right? Okay. So this is one muscle cell or muscle fiber. It's a long cylindrical multinucleated. Let's see if we can find two nuclei. There's one. There's another one. Just look for there's another one. Thank you. It's like Easter egg hunt. And this is the actual sarcolemma. It's not on our list, but that's the layer of the skeletal muscle. That's the connective tissue. So what is this connective tissue? Oh, you guys are good. That's dense irregular connective tissue. That's good. Excellent. What's it called? What's it go name that structure? Endonurium. What's the endonurium? Mycelium. Good. So we're catching those mistakes now. Right? So endo, because this is this is just one cell. A lot of people think those are cells, and they think that's the perimycelium. It's not. Okay. So it's endomycelium. Do I have those structures here? I think we do. Okay, I'm going to put that aside right now. Striations, capillaries. So when we're looking at this, first look at the cell shape. So don't you reckon long and cylindrical? Those are nuclei, by the way. So you go long, cylindrical, multinucleated. Can you see the striation pattern? All of that is telling you what type of muscle is this. Close, skeletal. If it were cardiac, it would have intercalated discs, which, well, yeah, so that's good. And then I'm going to, that's a telodendria as well. Because what's a telodendria anyway? It's just a branch of an axon. Because each one of these is innervated separately. So one neuron can actually innervate all 4 or 5 of these muscle fibers. So I'll just tell you something kind of important right now. These are blood vessels, agreed? So in the tissue histology, when you look at the histology, which we're going to do in a minute, you'll just see a vessel, and we won't be able to be quite sure whether it's an artery or capillary. But I'm going to tell you, this is an arterial, and this is a capillary. Do you know the difference? It's okay if you don't. Arterioles are like tiny arteries, and they have smooth muscle. Can you see that muscle? They change diameter. That's a capillary. That's the smallest, thinnest type of blood vessel. Okay. So those are what those are. So the tissue is skeletal muscle. That's a neuromuscular junction, and the yellow bulbous thing is a synaptic end bulb, but the motor end plate is underneath there. Right? Ready? What kind of tissue is this? Smooth muscle, right? Do you see any striations? Negatory. So you go, it's smooth. And they're definitely the fusiform, right? But look at that nucleus. It's really exemplary of the overall shape, isn't it? Tapered at the ends, right? So that's the nucleus. That's the other part of the cell. So that these are all smooth cells, and that's capillary. So that's a blood vessel, but it's a capillary next to it. So it's all richly supplied. The muscle is very richly supplied. It's not too bad. And there's no plaque for cardiac. But there's 2 slides for cardiac muscle. One is stained differently to help you see the intercalated discs. So any questions about any of these ones? Okay. So those are going to be on the exam. And then I'm going to go through the histology really quickly or thoroughly, whatever you want me to do. Okay. So we just have 3 slides. I'm going to show you first, but can I strongly impress, like at least 1 microscope per table? Just get a microscope out, get 3 slides, put them on, and I'll get you to do, like, we'll go around, I'll find a good one.